My doctor handed me a pamphlet, Menopause in You, and it explains how menopause isn't a disease, but just a normal, natural part of life. Well, this thing that isn't a disease, I didn't think I had any of the symptoms. Well, one maybe had me stumped, vaginal dryness. But how was I supposed to know? At that point, Jack and I hadn't made love for over 2 years. Well, we talked about it. He was very honest. He just said that I no longer fit his ideal of a desirable woman. So, he said he loved me. He said he respected me. According to Jack, I was an incredible human being. He blamed it on his being a typical American male. You know, playboy, centerfolds, 19-year-old blondes. You get the picture. Well, anyway, I wanted to go to counseling. He said it wasn't worth it, and said we both agreed that it was really his problem. Then why was I feeling so shitty, so old, so undesirable? Well, I decided to not let it get me down, and I went to my aerobics class as usual. And I was leaping and pumping and sweating with all the other gals. And then suddenly, I caught my own eye in the mirror. And there was just this dead look, like nobody's there. And in the glass, I could see some 30 other women in there. Oh my God, the pretty ones who were smiling and thought this was just so much fun. And the older ones, they were flushed, kind of panicked. Some were even couldn't keep up. Then I got this funny idea. And I stopped jumping and pumping. I went over to my gym bag and I pulled out my really neat butane curling iron, completely cordless, portable. And I walked over to the front of the gym, and on that purple carpet, past the instructor, who was really looking surprised by now, and I couldn't believe it. The neon lights were flashing to the beat of the music, and I took my curling iron and I began smashing the mirrors, smashing and crashing all those images. You know, the pretty ones who had no idea what was waiting for them, and the older ones who knew, but couldn't even talk about it. And then I just couldn't believe it. I knew they all had to be let out of the mirror, you see. It wasn't fair. They needed to be freed. And I knew I could do it. Oh. But somehow they didn't understand. And they began running and screaming. And in the mirror that was still on the wall, I could see them tumbling and screaming and totally coming apart. They didn't realize that now they could be quiet and very calm like me. And then a big chart of glass fell on me, cut me, that was on the wall. There was some still on the wall, and it cut me on my brand new, shiny danskin leotard, royal blue. And the blue and the red kind of looked nice. So I let go of my butane curling iron, which was pretty bent by now. And I picked up a big piece of glass, and I started slashing my leotard. And then it was kind of funny. And so I started to laugh. And when I ran out of leotard, I started going on my hair. When I came to, I was in Mercy Hospital. And they were asking me all these weird questions, which I didn't think it was worth answering any of them. It was all so obvious. Why had I done it? Geez. Well, it certainly had nothing to do with Jane Fonda, like one of the papers said. Well, that was 3 months ago. I'm in a different hospital now. They called it a nervous breakdown. Now I'm in a place where they want me to spend a lot of time with Sydney. You remember him? My therapist? But to tell you the truth, I don't tell Sydney much. Actually, I found out a lot about Sydney. He was written up in our local newspapers, movers and shakers in your local neighborhood. He's 48 years old. He's cute, beautiful beard and gray hair. He drives a Porsche. His new wife, she's 27. Somehow, I don't think he'd get
it. You know, we have this job down on 65th and 3rd. Now, it's a big frickin' ball breaker of a job, right? So, we have the whole area roped off there, so no schmuck could go walking through and catch a wrecking ball between the eyes. Well, all of a sudden, this woman, yeah, the kind with the big dark glasses and the Bloomingdale bags, he goes walking right through the ropes. So I yelled, "Hey, you can't go through there, you stupid bitch!" Well, suddenly, a steam fitting breaks and this enormous goddamn crane falls over on her legs. So she's screaming, "My legs! My legs! My legs!" I says, "Oh no shit, your legs, she's got a 2,000-pound goddamn crane on them." Well, you know how in an emergency you can develop this kind of superhuman strength, right? I reach down and I pick up this crane. So Jose slides her out from under and the doctors were able to save her legs. So, the moral is, don't go walking where you ain't supposed to, because there may not be somebody there with superhuman strength to save your little ass. And don't do drugs. That's it.
Hey.
Hey.
Thanks for coming down, Detective.
No problem. You got something for me?
Yeah. It violates everything I believe in. But I gotta help my employees get their money back from that bastard.
What's this?
Shaw's travel schedules, cars, yachts, name of his 3 racehorses in West Virginia.
Pride and Sunny Day. Yeah, we have all that. In fact, the banks are going to take all of that. You guys are one of the smallest accounts. You'll be lucky if you get a penny back for your employees.
Well, I'm gonna give it a try. Bye.
Kovacs!
What?
Can I get you another drink?
Yeah.
You want to get drunk?
Yeah.
I gotta say, last time I got drunk, I made out with a fireman.
When was that?
Tuesday. You know, I saw surveillance cameras of you beating the shit out of Shaw's car. Gotta admit, it was pretty badass.
Well, badass is my middle name.
Oh, no. Your middle name's Marvin. Oh, Marvin. Marvin.
That's my grandfather's middle name. Are you making fun of my grandfather? What else is in my file?
Well, I know the year your parents got divorced. I know your SAT scores.
You don't know my SAT scores.
540 math, 40 verbal.
Yeah, but I retook them.
And they went down. Listen, I'm going to tell you something that violates everything that I believe in. We didn't find Shaw's safety net.
What's that?
All these guys, they stash away a little bit of money, you know, in case they have to make for a quick getaway. Shaw cleaned out 3 accounts equaling $20 million. And when we busted him, we didn't find any of it.
20 million?
Yeah, we may get lucky. You may get lucky.
I'm never lucky.
You gotta be patient.
I don't have time to be patient.
Well, you can always do it the old-fashioned way. Grab a pitchfork, some guys, storm the castle.
It's not a bad idea.
Hey, you didn't hear it from me. When you beat the shit out of Shaw's car, you went against every federal law.
So what?
So, the guys down at the Federal Bureau and I, we want to get you a drink. Come on, let's go to the other bar down the street.
Okay, Detective. Let's do it.
Can I tell you something that I haven't told anyone yet? My doctor called me yesterday, and he told me that my tumor is growing again, which really sucks because I've been doing this treatment and everything was going so well. And I thought that I was going to beat this thing and that I was going to live forever. You know what I think? I think I'm going to die within a year. And I had been trying so hard to find my joy. And I thought that I was to make myself happy. Or maybe I was to make other people happy. Or maybe I was just supposed to make my kid think I was happy. I should have cried more. I should have cried more. I should have cried more.
Hey, I got the part.
That's great.
There's just one small problem.
What?
There's a nude scene.
Oh, so you'd have to show your thing.
Well, it's done very tastefully. Takes place in a barn.
Oh, a barn? With animals?
Funny. It takes place during the Second World War. I fall in love with this Jewish woman, and we make love in a barn.
I hope that barn's not cold.
Anyway, it's the first time she's seen a man who's not Jewish.
Okay.
Back then, men were not circumcised if they were not.
Oh, too much information.
So, I really wanted this part, so I lied.
So, to get this part, you told them you were.
Yes.
But you're not.
No.
But you told them you were.
Yes.
So, it's all gone. There's definitely nothing left to work with.
Nothing.
Oh. What were you thinking?
I don't know. I just really wanted the part.
So you lied about not being circumcised?
Well, they tell you in acting class to say yes in an audition. If they ask you if you can ride a horse, you say yes, and you learn to ride later.
Yeah, but this isn't like learning to ride a horse. This is like learning to grow a turtleneck.
I know. Tomorrow I've got to go in and see the director, and I'll have to take off my clothes.
What are you going to do?
I'm just going to have to call my agent and tell her I can't do it.
Unless
Unless what?
there might be something we can fashion.
Well, like what?
Like with double-sided tape and some kind of lunch meat.
Wow, you are so supportive.
Let's go to the kitchen.
Mom, you didn't have to cancel your date because I'm staying here.
Oh, but honey, I didn't want you to be alone.
I'm fine. I've enjoyed this quality time we've had.
Do you miss Linda?
I do. I almost called her last night. But then dinner was ready, and that was so good. Linda's a terrible cook.
Well, you've been gone 3 days already.
I know. It's the longest Linda and I have been apart.
Well, maybe you should go home and work things out.
No, I'm not apologizing first.
Okay. Well, then I think you and I should go shopping.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
No, it'll be my pleasure, honey.
If you insist, I need underwear, pants, and dress shoes.
I want to take you out and get you a whole new wardrobe so you don't go around dressed like a lesbian. And then after that, I'm going to take you to my hairdresser and get you a whole new hairdo.
I'm only 2 haircuts away from a free one at the barber school.
But you deserve to be pampered.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
I just have to be careful that you don't get end up being too handsome.
Oh, Mom.
I don't want some gal stealing my fella again.
Your fella. Funny.
No, I'm serious. Now that you left Linda, you're my fella again. And I'll be your best girl, right?
Okay.
Oh, I've been thinking that this house is really very big. And since you and I are certainly not the marrying type, why don't you just move back here permanently? And down the road, I'm going to need someone to take me shopping and wash me and take me to the potty. And I don't want to pay a stranger to do that. I want to spend every day with you.
I feel bad about doing this to Linda. I think I should apologize in person. You understand, don't you?
Oh, sure, honey, but now you come right back because we've got a lot of things planned for today, okay?
Okay. Bye, Mom.
Goodbye, dear. Hello, Linda. Yes, he's on his way back. It worked. Yes, he's on his way home. Thank God. I've got a very important date tonight. Goodbye, darling. I love you. Bye-bye.